But first this noontime, developing news on a second threatening letter that was sent to police, where the writer threatened physical violence towards students each day for the rest of the week. Now, the new letter was apparently less alarming, according to Warwick Mayor Scott Avedisian, but the threat is still being taken very seriously today. And we're talking to police about their response and, again, the police presence that has been increased in schools this week. Eyewitness News reporter Sean Daly is working that story. He's live now from the West Bay Mobile Newsroom. Sean?
Yes, Danielle, this is exactly what the police in those three communities, Johnston, Cranston, and Warwick, do not need. Neither the police nor the school administrators need anything like this again. But of course, here we are. I'm with Colonel Stephen McCartney here at the Warwick Police Department. And Colonel, you were telling me earlier about instituting now what you're calling a random anti-threat measures plan. Talk about that.
Certainly, we instituted that the second week. I believe it was Wednesday of the second week as we gradually backed off. What we key on in the random anti-threat measures plan is, one, it serves as a deterrent, and it doesn't create a predictable pattern in which our officers are patrolling in and out of the schools. So that way we can always keep a potential adversary off balance.
In other words, nobody really knows when or where you might be, but the point is you're there.
You hit the nail right on the head.
What about the money, Colonel? This can't be cheap, all of this law enforcement, and not, by the way, just in Warwick, but also, Cranston and Johnston. This has to be a concern. The taxpayers, that whole balancing safety as against finance.
Well, certainly the primary issue here is we want to make sure that our children and our parents feel the level of comfort and safety that they deserve when their child goes to school and comes home from school. So obviously that's a priority. But that having been said, yes, we have to take a look at other factors. So they all came into play during this last 2 weeks. But we feel that the present operational posture that we're executing right now is the right posture to take in terms of safety and security.
Colonel, thank you very much for joining us here live. This is Colonel Stephen McCartney. You just heard it from here. They feel they're on it. They're balancing safety with finance and using this random technique so that whoever is out there, whoever the bad guy might be, they're not going to know where the police are or are not. Live in Warwick with the West Bay Mobile Newsroom, Sean Daly, Eyewitness News.